May have been hiding in the inn when the fighting started. The raid didn't improve his disposition any. Did you know he has a whole case of Fenlin liquor in there? I keep offering to buy it off him, but he says he's saving it up for when the battery's open again. As if we're gonna last that long. Anyhow, he said he'd thrash me up and down the mountain if I didn't leave him be.
Why do you even deserve a voice actor? You seem like a piece. You hid away while everyone else risked their lives.
That's that's what Havrick said, actually. Look, I'm not proud of it, but I'm no warrior. What am I gonna do? Throw a net on them?
Seems reasonable to want to save it. It's his drink. He can do what he wants.
It's delusional is what it is. Point of fact, what with you dealing with ogres and everything, maybe you'd, be willing to help me out.
Dude, you want something that's not yours, and you're a coward. Screw you.
Havrick keeps all the good stock in the inn cellar. Out of sight, you see. I mean, it's bound to be under lock and key, but I'm sure he wouldn't miss a single bottle. Not with everything that's going on.
I'm not going to rob the innkeeper for you.
Shh, all right, keep it down. I didn't mean anything by it. But if you happen to come across some, then maybe you could share?
Would the guards care if I shot this guy? The game will let me. I have the shoot this guy cursor. Alright, what is this? Griff's Rest, Tana's house, Deacon's Battery. I don't think I've been in here. Josephus takes the impression of real historic persons and puts them into a fight of two over-human beings fighting for another world. What takes them when they just vanished? It's not clear what happened. Whether it takes the person who died. Shoot him, please! Bard, villager.
Ooh, still can't feel my fingers. Thought I'd found shelter when I stumbled across this little village. Guessing you did too, huh?
Feyre raises a frosty mug to you. Even through the warmth of the hearth reaches you here. Her hands are wrapped in weirwool and her ears muffled by a hat. Her face has a taut, wind-beaten look of someone who's recently come from the road.
As much blood as there was in the streets, I'm lucky the ale's still flowing.
She takes a drink, and as her head tilts back, you see a bruise purpling her jaw and the crimson bloom of scraped knuckles. What happened?
Thought all the whispers about Durgan's battery were just village superstition. And maybe they are. But I might have been on my guard if I'd listened.
So you got hit by something there?
I was part of an expedition, hunting for relics from Durgan's battery. We picked up a good haul, too. So it figures that's when the winds pick up and the sky starts dumping snow. We lost sight of the road. Meanwhile, something else found us. Took Liam out before we even realized we were surrounded. And then we see him coming out of the snow. These little four-armed wilder. Lagufoth, they're called.
Yes, I have kicked many Lagufaith ass.
Quick little bastards. Francesca and I held them off as long as we could, but when they filled her full of darts, I turned tail and ran. Found my way here and thanked my luck for escaping the Lagufoth. Then come to find out that this town's got an ogre problem.
What are you gonna do now?
I need to get those artifacts. Not that I'm in any shape to go after them myself. But I can't afford to return to Defiance Bay without something to show for my expedition. But you've got your own expedition to the battery, don't you? While you're out there, maybe you could look for my goods. Whatever's left of them. I'll give you a cut for anything you bring back, of course. I ain't asking for charity. I just can't afford to go home.
Now see, this is how you ask for a favor. She's offering me the location, and I'll get a cut of it. The other guy's just like, steal me some brewskis. And then Mr. Bleeding Gums outside. I can help.
I'd sure appreciate it. Bring back whatever you can find, and I'll see to it that you're compensated.
Okay.
Keeping an eye out.
Berthwin. Good timing. You can watch me trounce Berthwin. Once Android, you won once. What are you playing? Orlan's Head. I'm an Orlan. That's, what they call it anyhow. Smooth. You pick a target. Nose or ears. Nose is worth more, but you got 2 ears to work with. You get less points the further out from the target you get, so for the mouth or the eyes, no points if you miss. It's like darts? Fancy a game? 3 throws each. Whoever gets the most points by the end of it wins the wager. I'll put down 50 pans, if you will. Social justice warrior option. That's tasteless. Come on, it's just a name. Besides, I've only just memorized which parts are worth what. We can't change it now. I'm guessing this is a dexterity check, and my dexterity is like 2. So, no.
Owena! Go check on that Orlin. Make sure he don't steal nothing.
You better not be talking about me, boy. Alright, hey,
Never
Frick.
seen such a bloodbath. Feels like we got half the town's survivors in here, just drinking to forget it.
He shakes his head and looks to you, remembering himself.
But I hear you helped drive the ogres out. Didn't know you furry folk had it in you.
Next time I'll let him torch your place. Anyway, well, there's like no positive thing to say here.
You're welcome to warm yourself here. Got hot food and cozy beds. Though your cousin seems to have holed up in one of my rooms.
Another Orlin?
That's a relief. Can't see you having anything in common with a good-for-nothing layabout like that anyways. Showed up a few days ago, sticks his nose out of the back room just long enough to empty his chamber pot. Up to no good, I tell you. I'd like nothing more than to see him gone, but I don't want to ruckus over it.
What makes you think he's trouble if he's just sitting there?
We get our share of lowlifes coming through here. Smugglers, fugitives, Kith looking to avoid the sharp eye of the law. Way he's keeping to himself. Well, honest Kith sure don't have cause for it.
I could talk to him.
Don't hurt him or anything. I just want him to leave peacefully. Given your history, I thought I'd be clear on that point.
My history is I kicked a bunch of ogre butt outside.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
Thought you might want to know that Rayfald asked me to steal your liquor.
He did he? Suppose he didn't expect you'd be the honest sort. I'll have it put away somewhere
Nice.
safe. Thank you for doing the decent thing. Here, for your honesty.
I was kind of hoping for some XP, but I guess I'll take 200 copper. And the knowledge that that guy I don't like doesn't have what he wants.
See what lies this way.
Silence surrounds me.
Owena?
Excuse me, was there something you need?
No option to talk to her. Aleph.
Not to be rude, but I'm rather busy. Can't you get another room?
He turns and glances past you with a quick, nervous motion. His ears, shredded and scalloped at the edges, are pressed against his skull. This one hides something. His mind is a maze of fear. Hey, Frick sent me to check on you. He's racist. Or, hey, Frick sent me to check on you. He thinks you're up to something.
He... what? Oh, no. No. Is she there? Did you see her?
Who are you talking about?
Devala. That woman. The slaver, she... I was a slave in Raid Ceres. I ran away. Made it here. The mountains are usually the best place to lose slavers, but Devala's one of the best.
Perhaps we should tell someone. This town won't stand for this.
Slavery may be illegal here, but I wouldn't be the first runaway to get nabbed in a town like this, while some local trapper gets a nice payday.
I don't know how to feel about the fact that you always choose the option that seems most fit for a character's attributes and not their personality. Well, think of it this way. If my guy has an obvious handicap, like if he has terrible hand-eye coordination, he's not going to go into a darts game knowing he has an abysmal chance of winning. It's just like if you have really weak arm strength, you're not going to accept an arm wrestling contest where money's on the table. Like whether you're, chaotic good or lawful evil, that would be stupid. So that's how I think of it, Rockin'.
Besides, you spoke with Havrick. I've kept him myself and paid on time, and he assumes the worst. I just want to get out of here.
Hey!
I've scraped together enough money to reach New Haelmar, but the locals talk about a Raid Saren party, camped west of town. It's got to be Devala. She's been after me since the foothills. I'll pay you if you can get rid of her. I don't care how.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Thank you. But...
I'm worried
careful.
that this guy's lying to me and
wouldn't-
she's not like a slaver at all. It's just something completely different. He's just getting me to murder someone, which has not been the first time. Hey! She leveled. Stealth. What is this? Detonate. 56 to 84 raw damage. Or tactical meld. Plus 20 accuracy when attacking the same enemy as the target. Or I can get a lower level thing. Mine Lance. Pain Block. Pain Block might be good. So I could put plus 10 damage reduction on the tank. I don't know. Secret Horde, Pain Link. Fractured Volition. Sorry, I drank Sin Resolve for 20... Seer's Will. No, okay. Let's do Detonate. It's just really high single target damage. Class, but let's see. Psychic Backlash. Stunning an enemy whenever they target the Cypher's Will defense. Acolyte's rate, no. Or summon, blah, 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 blah. That was Suffering. No. Okay. Oh, Gunner. If she doesn't have Gunner, that. Yeah, more reload means more damage, means more focus gain, means more spells. You need to start climbing if there's a kitty on top of it, so let's try. Well, no, like, if you're talking roleplay, I wouldn't try to. I would ask my party member who's good at climbing to try to. And we did that when there was a cliff with a dragon egg on top of it. It gave me the option to have Bleak climb up there and get it. But some of these events, it forces your main character to be the one to make the rolls, and I lose at those. Also, you can be playful by nature and don't mind losing a couple copper for fun, or you can be, by nature, be against petty competitions, which would be reason not to go arm wrestle even with 40 or some absurd strength. Eh, true. I feel like with 2 strength, being playful by nature would get my arms shattered, though. Let's see.
Ten Pond says he trips them.
Stop moving! Yo, that XP. Dude, that moment where, like, I was walking on this trap and it said trap triggered and I had the game paused. I was, like, imagining the end of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which says to be continued and the music starts. The hero of the hour. Hey, freak, send you down to check on us. We aren't causing trouble, on my word. Who are you? Teeny Likug. Humble fisherman, though with the ogres coming down all the time, I'd sooner fish for truth down a bottle for the time being. Leave. Okay, Kana just leveled. Level that. He's our survival person. Okay, let's get... I'll try the Drake on this guy. Let's see. Do I already have Gunner on you? Yes, I do. I already have Weapon Focus. Yes, I do. Alright, let's get Beloved Spirits to up that healing amount. Wait, do I already have the bandage thing on you? Yeah, we do. Okay, yeah. Let's get the 50% more healing for the whole party. Everyone knows their preferences on play. And honestly, any game that gives you multiple options on how to play it is a game with a lot of replayability. And I like that. Two-handed melee weapons do the most per hit damage and can be valuable for getting through damage reduction. Ooh.
No problem.
See, there might... I don't know if there's any other buildings in this town I need to look at. I've got 2 people waiting to see me in Cade Nua. And then lots of stuff outside of town around here I need to look at. You know what I can do while we're loading? Hang on just a second here. Let's see, I'm tabbed out. Give me just a moment. Yes, I am sure. Processing. Okay, that should take less than a minute. Okay, Durgan's battery is to the north. Okay, we can now travel there if we need to. There we go. This is a small thank you for visiting here so often, Rockin'. I wanted to give you one of the free subs that we had saved up. I do appreciate you being here. And as you guys can see, that is our 10th free subscription that has been claimed through the help of the Quest Mode program. I encourage everyone here to try using it. If nothing else, Quest Mode has a button on there. It's just a daily check-in. You just click it, and it has a 16-hour cooldown. You just click it once a day, and you get some points. And anytime you get to 2,000 points, you get a free sub. If you click it once each day, you can get a free sub for a Twitch channel every single month, and it really helps, you know, pay the bills for the stream and stuff like that. And you get the free emotes and all the usual rewards of being a subscriber, less commercials, stuff like that. If you actually do the quests on there by like playing games and stuff, you can get a free sub like every day or two. Just make your thought process as far as you're telling us. I guess it's a dex chat. Let's not do that. Yeah, it's more like if I feel like it's a dex check and it's forcing it upon my main character would not take that bet. Unless someone's life's on the line, then I'll try, but probably fail.
Consider it done. There. What
They
did
gone?
I tell you?
Have those nasty brutes finally left? I heard the ogres outside, tearing down walls and murdering folk.
It sounds like Edna from The
Remember how
Incredibles.
things got this bad. But you're the new adventurer. Renengild's latest volunteer. A real spitfire, she told me. Bet you'd whip those layabouts at the mine into shape. Did you say something, dear? Gotta speak up.
Okay, so she's like a gossip person. Not really something I need. No case. There was a recent, like, a short that they did, like a, 5-minute cartoon of Edna babysitting Jack Jack. It was really cute. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's on YouTube if you haven't seen it. But it's apparently there was some scene in the most recent Incredible movies, I didn't see it, where the father took Jack Jack there for the night so he could get some sleep, and it was like her adventures with Jack Jack. It was pretty funny. But I haven't seen the most recent movie. Alright, so we've been in all those houses. Let's see what Thirsk's house is. I've already done that. I must have clicked on that during the ogre raid. When targeting an attack, the percentage listed next to potential targets indicates your chance of scoring a hit or crit. If the chance is low. Whenever I read that, I think about XCOM, where it's like you have a 95% chance to hit the guy and you're right in his face and you miss. And you're like, oh, well, I guess I'm dead next turn.
It must be soon. 2 days, no more.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea.
I see where you're going with that. There. What did I tell you?
The dwarf is busy staring into the fire, slowly puffing away on his pipe. As you greet him, is visibly startled, and his pipe clatters to the floor.
Sorry. Didn't hear you come in. My ears aren't what they used to be.
Are you hurt?
Wasn't the ogres, I can tell you that. Put a few arrows in one of those, and they generally have the good sense to back off. But I've been hunting this wolf for near a year now. A man.
Oh, I wonder if this is one of the wolves I've already killed.
Cunning, nasty thing.
Oh, maybe it's the one that had an arrow in it?
Close. The beast has already claimed many lives. The first victim.
Oh no,
was my son.
Soldrin! Soldrin was the wolf.
Got the better of me this last time. Distracted me long enough for one of its kin to turn up. Nearly bit me clean in half. I'm a few weeks out from trying again.
Don't know about any giant wolves, but I did kill a spirit shifter out there. Then it's done. After all that, it's finished before I thought to ask it of you.
Thank you, stranger, for putting an end to that beast. For avenging my son.
No, Luke, I am your father.
Perhaps I can sleep a little better knowing that monster no longer wanders the woods. Stalwart owes you a debt, and some part of it is mine to pay.
Cloak of the Frozen Hunt
This
added
has
to
served me
inventory.
well on many hunts. I only hope that it is as much of a help to you in turn. And now, if you please, I'd like a moment to myself.
Okay. Cloak. Plus 10% to range damage, plus 6 accuracy against beasts, and plus 3 damage reduction freeze. Anything else with stealth or perception? Let's give it to you. Alright. Quest completed. Easy peasy. We've already gotten, like, some people have gotten 2 levels, others have gotten 1 level since entering White March content. That's pretty wild. Like, I was told, do White March 1, then go back to the main story until White March 2 comes up, then stop what you're doing and go do White March 2 until you're done with that, and then go back to the main thing. Nothing to report. I got 6 days to get back to Cave Noah. Yadurin. The adventurer saved the village, so good of you to visit my humble wagon. I'm Yadurin. Would you happen to possess an old helm or a horn that looks like it's supposed to be attached to a helm? Yadurin opens a compartment in his wagon and pulls out a cracked horn partially wrapped in cloth. One of the villagers sold me this during a previous visit. He said it came from some rare lake creature and was quite valuable. It's been dismissed as junk whenever I try to resell it, unless you know otherwise. Lie. No, it's largely worthless. However, I know a collector for that sort of thing if the price is right. I'll sell it to you for the same price I bought it, 300 pounds. Alright, done. The world fades and your vision blurs. When it returns, you find yourself in the icy waters of a bay, your body numb from the cold and your lungs burning from exertion. Nearby are Arthel and Barderwin. Both of them are swimming madly in an effort to pass you. On the distant shore await the other members of your tribe, and with them Alara, daughter of the chieftain. It is for her hand the 3 of you are competing today. Give up, Garad! Ardell passes you, and despite your best efforts, you can't quite catch up. You look around to see where Bardwin is, and it's by sheer chance you catch sight of the sea serpent's head surging towards your group. As before, the world stops, the memory's trail lost without your guidance. So I'm like... Okay, last time we ran and just went for self-preservation. This time, let's see what happens if we attack. Your fatigue falls away as you turn to face the serpent. It charges you, its jaws wide, its foot-long teeth flashing in the sunlight. At the last moment, you dodge to the side as its jaws snap shut. You're a hair too slow, and one of the serpent's horns tears open your forearm to the bone. You grit your teeth against the sudden pain and wrap your arm around the serpent's neck before it can turn around. It thrashes and rolls wildly, trying to throw you off. You hang on for dear life, weaker with every breath as your blood drains. You do the only thing you can think of, punch him in the eye, and jam your fist straight through his eye! Yes, that's what I was thinking. Burying your arm as far as it can go. The serpent whips around in agony and your grip slips. You tumble through the air as your consciousness fades. The race. How could I have forgotten the events of that day? He looks at his hands. I remember it now, but I feel no different yet. Please, you must find the last part of the helm. Okay. Show me what's for sale. Raiment of Whale's Eyes. Mirrored image when hit by a critical hit. It's 25 to defense, blah, 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 but only DR3. Tundra clothing. Ultimate hat of alluring perfection. Might Con, no. Rufit's Watchful Cloak Mark II. Plus 2 enemies needed to flank, plus 2 perception. Interesting. Around his buckle. Gauntlets of accuracy. That's pretty sweet. Let's get the gauntlets. Tundra hood. Okay. Let's just get that. Alright. Surely someone needs gloves. Yeah, they do. Let's give it to you. Alright. What's going on at the temple? I'll find it without your help. Not giving up, you hear me? Sounds like Quasimodo kicked him out. See what's going on in the temple. Building the Warden Lodge in your stronghold grants access to a variety of bounties. Yes, I know. They were very, very tough. I had to wait a few levels and come back to those. But afterward, I was able to get a lot of XP. Alright. Lafta? Veins course under the woman's pale skin like icy fissures, yet when she speaks, her voice flows warm and soothing. Andra welcomes you into her embrace. Perception. Her features soften into a look of practiced compassion. We're here to ease the pain of your past, ready to take your burdens. Within a thin smile, she nods. If you let the goddess help you with your hardships, of course. I don't really want to hear it. Quick settle? Young man dressed in sturdy leathers glares at you. The creases in his face, tanned despite the scarce sunlight of the region, offer a slight twitch as you approach him. I've got nothing to say for you. Speak with Lafta if you must. Oh, great. Alright. Is that guy still outside that just got kicked out of here? See what he has to say if he's still out there. Loading screen about the AI tip, although none of those AI settings were really remarkable. At least in this game. We were talking earlier about how it's supposedly much better in the sequel. Dwarf paces with his head down and arms crossed, only stopping to hurl glances at the building behind him. His face is smeared dark with grime, and soot falls from his beard as he mumbles to himself. Work with my hands into bloody stumps in this place, and for what? Start with nothing, leave for less. What were you yelling at? Idiots, that's who! And I'm as much to blame for believing them. Good riddance, should have never settled here in the first place. Some things you mean to leave behind, come to find out you packed them anyway. But I'm not leaving until I recover what's mine. They can't deny me again, not after this. Those sweet-tongued priests took my heirlooms. Bury the memory of my past, they said. Now I don't even have that. Lore 4. I take it you gave something of yours to one of Andra's gift-bearers. Okran takes his gaze away from the ground and gives you a sideways glance. You're quick. Wish I had those wits when they spoke of peace and redemption in the eyes of their goddess. Those priests, Andra's dog, said the goddess would forgive, that some things are best left to be forgotten. The leader, Lafta, I believed her words. Another one of them, a gift-bearer, took my medallion. And now they won't tell me where it is. Let's see. What else did you give them? He turns his head away and nods. You'll understand its value. My armor, a set finer than I've ever seen. Worthless to an old dwarf. I'd have traded it for the medallion, but fool that I was, I gave them both. Why won't they tell you? They think they know better, that's why. I said it was the only way I'd forget. Why did you want to forget? That was a different life, better days, until... He shakes his head. It's my burden to bear, not yours. I thought to cast it away, but the memories I lost were all the wrong ones. Maybe there's something I can do? Not the kind of talk I've grown used to these last few years, I admit. The priests may pretend otherwise, but folks here tend to look only after themselves. I'd be surprised if they return it willingly. They believe it's a sacred duty to cast the offerings of the goddess in some place where they'll be forgotten. Better to find where they dropped them, I think. What's her role in this? She leads the group of crows. They took over the temple as folks started to leave, came to unburden those that sought to forget their misery, here they say. What's the deal with the medallion? It belonged to my sister. It was just a pretty trinket to her. To me, she was the last of my family, least that still acted like family to me. Okay. Speak with Lafta again. That's an interesting religion. Oh, does something hurt you? We'll donate all items that remind you of the pain. And then the church hides it. Like they just bury it somewhere. Alright. Alright, Lafta. I want to ask about Okran's heirloom. The dwarf already asked, we gave him the counsel he needed. Slight irritation sharpens her tone, but she seems to catch herself, modulating her voice back to pleasant timbre. And naturally, we'll do what we can for you too. Ask what you will. Okran wants his medallion back. She brings her hands together and nods. How often we let the shadows of the past become a burden even to others. That medallion, it weighs on Okran's mind. You're kind to help, but what he really needs is to cast away those memories. That's for him to decide. He understood the solace that the goddess can give to those like him. It was explained to him that many have second thoughts, but one does not withdraw something offered to a goddess. In time, the memories fade, and they come to see the wisdom of their original pledge. His belongings of his past now rest in Andra's realm, to be forgotten so that the wounds of the soul may heal. That is the will of the goddess. Lore 7. Her will flows in tides. Maybe Okran still needs the medallion to discover how to forget. For a moment, the priestess scans the floor before her as if in search for an answer. She nods. You're well versed in the intricacies of our faith. No use in hiding anything from someone like you. There's no need to quarrel over the mysteries of a goddess's will. I'll tell you what you wish to know. Okran's heirloom was taken by Ixtli, chosen gift-bearer among us, to be cast away at an offering to Andra. Only he knows where. Ixtli? You could ask him yourself, but he's on a trek through the mountains of Durgan's Battery. If you run into Ixtli, tell him he has urgent duties to attend here. Alright. So when I end up going to Durgan's Battery, there's a priest there that's in charge of throwing people's stuff away. I guess he's the one to talk to. Okay. I think we've got one more building in this town, and then we'll finally have run through this whole place.